culture, huh? Dress for the culture. I'm a dress for the culture, huh? Dress for the culture. I'm a dress for the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come address the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come address the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come address the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come and address the culture, huh?
Brick by brick, you get your man Big Wall. But tonight you got P Stock. This is Address the Culture. That's what's happening. That's what I'm talking about. Big shout out to the Culture Gang, making it happen, doing what it do. So tonight we got a special guest, a special show for a huge event coming out of the Shy. You definitely want to be in on that. You got to follow, you got to support, you got to throw flowers, check them out, hit these artists up in their domains, in their social medias. Get the real scoop. Hear all these wonderful sounds, man. The music is hot. The vocals is tight and everything. So, tonight's artist, he's nominated for the Male R&B Artist of the Year for the second annual 312 Music Awards for 2024. And that's a huge thing because it goes beyond music. It goes into the cultural heritage of Chicago and everything, the sounds and everything that's going on. And for this artist to come and spend some time with us, I feel honored, and we feel like this is going to be a great show, and you don't want to miss out on this. Coming off of his big recent hit, The Stepper's Groove. You got to check it out. This artist is laying them down with the male vocals and everything. But I ain't going to tie it up. I like people. You know how P Stock roll. I want you to hear it straight from the artists themselves. Tonight, we got the one, we got the only Antonio Khari in the place to be. What's happening, Antonio? What's going on, bro?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Glad to be here. I appreciate you guys having me on for real. I appreciate it.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what it do, man. So I mean, this is huge for Chicago. I know about your background. I know that you paid your dues. You did your thing in the background, singing background for people, and doing all the stuff that R&B singers got to do to get their projects off the ground.
Exactly.
So give us a little bit of a background and how you feel about receiving this Male R&B of the Year award. How's that?
Man, it's honestly a huge honor because I can definitely let you know that I wasn't expecting it too much. Like you said before, I'm just used to kind of being in the background, writing up songs and hooks and things like that. So I never really at first had any type of passion to really be on the forefront. It just kind of happened for me. And you know what? I'm kind of grateful. I guess it's just what's meant to me. What's meant for me, I can't really escape that. So it's really, really good. I kind of like my first project coming out the gate, been recognized and stuff like that. So I'm just really, really grateful to God, honestly, and the people that supported me out here for real.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. Now, back in 2018, you dropped the critically acclaimed EP "King Me." So
Okay.
How did things move from there after that came out? How was you received?
Okay, so like I said, I was kind of just like in a space where I didn't really know where to start with the music thing, so I was just kind of just like jumping out there, playing on GarageBand and different DAWs and things like that, and I just kind of like accumulated it. Most of it, I kind of finished that throughout the pandemic. A lot of the stuff I did throughout the pandemic, being on lockdown and just kind of being able to stick with up keeping my mental state above water and things like that. So music really did that for me, especially the Kimi project. I never really wanted to do anything like that. I was just having fun, but a lot of people really, 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 rocked with that. So it kind of surprised me, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, that's big for that to come down like that. Especially the pandemic, you was able to focus. I guess the pandemic forced people to focus.
Yes.
I think it leveled the playing field for different genres like music.
Yeah.
Video production. Yeah,
Yes,
it
yes.
did. So that's where it took off for you in that,
Yeah,
leading up to
just
that,
having the I could say for a while I was kind of running from this moment I'm in right now, but I was kind of in a space where I couldn't really run no more. It wasn't nothing that I could like kind of run from. I'm stuck in the house, so I was
yeah.
really put on my my business mind hat on. I really got about my business, and I really got on top of like my passion for my music and really like perfecting my craft for real, for real.
Yeah, that's big. And there's nowhere to go but up at being in that situation.
Absolutely.
No,
Yeah, yeah. There was nowhere else to go.
yeah, nowhere else to go but get that work in, get that music up there. So I bet you it gave you the
Exactly.
opportunity, to write some stuff, because
Yeah.
you are a songwriter as well.
Mhm.
You've been on your grind writing and
For
producing,
sure.
so
For a lot of people,
since
this would.
since that time. Oh, so you've been writing for a lot of other people too. So you ghost write and
Yes,
everything
yes,
else. See,
yes.
so that's big,
Absolutely.
with that. So how do you feel about the nomination for Male R&B, of the Year award, for this for 2024 for 313? Because that's big. The Shy is a big city.
Big
You know,
market, big market.
big market. So there's a lot of other R&B singers out there, and for you to be
Yes,
in
sir.
that nominee, I don't know how many right yet is carrying, but that's big though. So how does that
Yeah.
make you feel, and how do you want to parlay that thing?
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, like I said, I'm really honored, especially to be alongside a lot of talented artists. I want to say it's like maybe like 7 or 8 more guys, but they're really talented, and they're really out here putting on. So first and foremost, I'm really honored to be in a in a group with a lot of people that's out here really putting on. Honestly, like I said, it's been a long road. You know what I mean? I've been putting a lot of work in, so I really wasn't expecting it. I just went for it. I was just like, hey, let me just go for it. Let's just see what's going on. So
Yeah,
the fact that I'm up on there and I'm on the ballot, I really appreciate the 312 awards and the cultural arts organization and all of those people for seeing us and all of us all the creators out here really in the mud trying to get it out of here. So, and also good luck to all the other nominees. Like I said, it's a lot of talented brothers in there. So, I'm just really blessed to be a part of that. I'm gonna definitely take this moment and kind of just, put it towards, the long road ahead of me, more of the work that I plan to put in, to really make my mark in this industry, especially in the Chicago music industry, for sure.
yeah. Now that's huge right there because like we said, Chicago's a big market, and
It is.
people for you to be nominated to get on the ballot, the nomination,
Yeah.
people's watching and listening. So
It's really a
that's
blessing for sure. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a blessing.
that's big. That really makes it good. And the event, the 312 Music Awards for 2024 is coming up on March the 10th. So you just want to
Yes.
lock into that and
Yes.
for our viewers and check it out. Let me check it out. Tony. Now, let's talk about your current single that's blazing the airways right now,
Okay.
Stepper's Groove. How
Yeah.
how do you find the people receiving that, man? Because that thing is going, man. That thing is
Um,
blowing.
yeah, you know what, like I said, I just like to have fun. And I come from a family, especially on my father's side, they can really step. They used to do a lot of the stepper sets. My
Hmm.
grandmother Peaches, rest in peace to her. She used to really, hit it hard in the stepper sets. She used to really step with us. So, I really have a passion, especially when it comes to Chicago and the stepper scene. I just always had a love for it. So, it was only right for me to hop on there and do what I had to do on that because it was very nostalgic and it really just embodies what Chicago stepper scene is. It's just like have a good time. It really ain't no drama, love on the dance floor. It's just really a vibe, especially when it's stepper sets in Chicago. So I wanted to really show my love to that.
Yeah, it is a vibe, and Chicago is like the capital of steppers.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, they definitely are the blueprint for that. So I definitely wanted to show love for that, especially when it came to my grandmother because she was doing her thing in step sets back in the day.
yeah, it goes back. I mean,
Hmm.
when I was in the Shy back in the day. I got some people that up there, and I seen
Hmm.
it, and I wasn't exposed to it as much growing up. Where I grew up on the East Coast, we didn't have it that big. We had the electric
Yeah,
slide a little bit, and that might have been
yeah,
it. But getting out there, I seen it. And when I went back home, I was telling people, man, y'all ain't doing nothing, man.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's a real vibe, you know what I mean? And it's always a good time. I think like you never ever find no beef or nothing when it come to like stepper sets. It's really a vibe. So I just kind of wanted to bring that good time back to the, back to the, the community, especially with everything we've been dealing with from like, I could only name like a bunch of stuff that's going on in the world right now. So I just wanted to bring like a positive distraction against that.
Yeah, yeah, and that's big, man. You gotta throw your hat into the arena and to
Yes,
Shy's mainstay, and it
absolutely.
looked like you scored a hit with Stepper's Groove,
Yeah. Yeah, and I
which is
do
right on.
appreciate the support with that one because I can be hard on myself, and I'm like, I'm still kind of young, you know what I mean. So I was glad
Yeah,
that I could really, really touch with like my older, supporters because
oh, the crowd.
they
Yeah, that's
really
what you
rocking
want
with
to
that.
do. Yeah,
Mhm.
because that was my next question. How are the younger generation, the young people, how do they receive the stepping sounds and the stepping things? Or is
I
that
kind
for
of
an older groove still?
I mean, ultimately, I had already just said it is what I call myself setting it in stone. Like, this might be just for, the folks that just know what this song really means. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, we don't really hear a lot about, stepping and all of that thing when it comes, our, current generation, we in the drill trap set, and I
Yeah,
always want to look to be that breath of fresh air, always, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
yeah,
a lot of things that I could talk about and a lot of things that I can jump on the bandwagon, talk about strippers and money and stuff like that. I go act like I don't like strippers and money, but that's
yeah,
not what life is all about. You know what I mean? I kind
yeah,
of want to bring like a different angle to where I am in life right now. And
yeah.
stepping has always been something that's been a part of my I love stepping. That's just a part of me.
Yeah, see, that's big. That does let you know that you're a more well-rounded artist.
Oh yeah,
You're
absolutely. Yeah,
willing to reach out and do something, go a little bit out of your comfort zone, and come away with a hit, and then
yeah,
go back into your
yeah.
groove, and
I feel
that's
like
big.
that's where I make my biggest impact out of my comfort zone because I could always, be complacent in the way that I make my delivery with my music and my art or whatever my content is. But I always want to push myself. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that you pointed that out.
Yeah, that's huge, man. You got to see that, man. I mean, you see
Yes,
that right away for
absolutely,
you to step into that,
for
and,
sure. Yeah,
because now with the thing, you got the soul, but everything is hip hop, R&B,
yeah,
and that soul fusion. So for you to make that move, man, that's big, man. Shout out to you for that, man.
yeah. I
That's
appreciate the
huge.
love. Yeah, I do. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
that's huge. Now let's talk a little bit about your label and entertainment company,
Okay.
Black Kingdom Entertainment.
Yeah,
How
Black
did that
Affairs.
come about? How did it come about? Is that what that stand for? The Black
Yes,
Kingdom
Black
Entertainment?
Kingdom Entertainment.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I thought so.
Um, I'm a anybody who knows me for real. I'm very pro black. I'm all about like putting on the wonderful things about black people. I'm pro love. I love everybody. I try to learn to love everybody, but
Hmm.
I also try to put on that being black is just a different kind of special. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I try to put on especially for my community and things like that. So I just definitely wanted to represent what I'm passionate about, something that could follow me through all my transitions, through all my eras and things like that. And that's definitely like black royalty. So I just definitely wanted to go with that, especially
Hmm.
after coming out of a situation I was, working with a different label before, and we mutually parted ways. And, I was just at a place where, I wanted to just kind of stand on my own. I didn't want to
Hmm.
depend on any labels or anybody else to push me. I got the means and I get out here and I get the knowledge and stuff to, push myself. I'm gonna just do that myself, and it's been working out a lot for me right now.
Yeah, that's big. I see you also do
Mhm.
beat production. You do a lot of your own production as well.
Yeah, that's another thing I kind of started doing for other people. And I've been trying to kind of like network with other people to create different sounds, so I'm not so typecasted. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, definitely. I went to school, got my schooling in it. Went to Audio Pro School, got me a degree out of there. Out of that situation. So I definitely am really, really digging deep in and trying to perfect my craft right now. I'm real
Oh,
big on that,
oh,
whatever it takes.
that's huge right there, man. That's smart. You go there,
Mhm.
you so you learn the whole aspect. So you
Yeah.
don't have to depend on going out. You can
No
save
more.
that money
Yeah.
and know and now you got your own situation going on.
Yeah.
So,
And even when oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Let me know,
So
Justin.
even like when I do work with other people, like in their studios, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. So
Mhm.
when I go in there, I go in there with the proper knowledge. So people can't play with you. It could be a
Yeah,
dog eat dog type of industry. So I go in there with the knowledge now. Like, okay, so I know how on my highs and my lows, and I know what I'm talking about when I go in there and do that.
yeah. I
You know
mean,
what I
you
mean?
got to that, like what's
Mm,
going on. Because I remember back in the day, like me and my man Civilized was up in the studio up in New York with
nice.
we was up at Old Mystery Studio up there, and we had some tracks that Saigon picked from us. And that's when he was on his Abandoned Nation kick. So we was getting them
Okay.
in there, and time is money, So
Exactly.
you up there
Yes. Yes.
tracking, you dumping the track and everything else. So people get a little bit antsy. So knowing the whole process and what needs to be done, nobody can get over on you
Yeah.
that way
Yes. Yes,
because
sir.
that's money. Time is money. So
Yes, it
so so
is.
so that's going to cost you some time.
Yeah.
So it's good that you on that thing. I do a little
Yep.
bit of production myself, so I know, you gotta
Perfect.
be on top
Yeah.
of stuff
Absolutely.
and know what that's about, and that's good. So, now a couple things? Who were some of your musical influences growing up, and to get you to this point? Who's some of the artists that you?
Um. Man, I listen. Ooh, that's a tough list. I'm definitely listen to a lot of Smokey
Yeah,
and like Marvin Gaye. I really like to kind of like dive into like heavily writing type of people. People who like to write. I
right,
always resonated with like people who do a lot of writing, like
right.
Stevie. Oh yeah, I like that's like yeah, that's a big inspiration for me. Stevie penned so many great hits that we still singing 50 years later.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and I mean, and it's timeless. You know what I mean? It never really gets old. And I mean, I love that, especially when it comes to songs like Stevie songs. You have like four generation of people that just know the song, and I just kind of like want to follow behind footsteps like that. I
yeah.
mean, I always want to make sure I keep a versatility about my style and how I do music. I don't ever want to be stuck in a box. I am identified as an R&B artist and things like that, but I get into so many other things. You know what I mean? So, and I
Crossover.
want to, yeah, and like that was Stevie. He in front of the mic. Next thing you know, he behind the board, and this is
Mhm,
all without sight. You know what I mean? So that's just real
mhm.
legendary to me, and I really look up to stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a big icon right there. You talk about
Yeah,
Stevie and Marvin Gaye and everything, and that sound, is going on, and you can hear
yeah,
it. We can hear that. We can
yeah,
hear that influence in your music.
yes,
And that's big. That's big. So I mean, man, shout out to you, man, for keep reaching back,
yeah.
and taking from the what came before you and building on
Absolutely.
it, making that a part of your repertoire.
And I
That's big.
always give them their flowers because that's what they deserve. They people. People in that realm are literally the reason why we can still pull out Vegas today. Because like I said, R&B can be oversaturated. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
when you can really stand out, especially in the R&B space, yeah, I definitely consider that an influence.
Hmm. Hmm. Now you having success off of your Recess Volume 2, the
Yes,
deluxe edition, that's going big. So everybody
yes,
got
yes,
to,
yes.
man, viewers, y'all got to stop playing and jump on that, man. Y'all got to get on it and really and let the viewers know, let our viewers know right now where they can find all your stuff on SoundCloud. What's it under and everything.
Honestly, yeah, everything Antonio Khari, you know what I mean? Even if
Hmm.
you can hop on to my website, www.antoniokarimusic.com. That's a link to all my music, all my content, all my social media. I really get in depth right there. I'm really building a little community, a little family over there. So, you're more than welcome. Come join the family. We got some great things coming too.
Yeah, that's what's popping right there, man. How about music videos? You got any music videos out there for people to check you out
Um,
on?
Actually, which is crazy because I do not. But
Oh,
I have been. Yeah, you know what? That's a whole nother story. You know what I mean? I kind of was in a space where I didn't really want to be seen. I just kind of wanted to be heard, and
right.
and now that I've definitely you know, coming to my full artistry, of course, you know, now I have, you know, I've been doing some filming and stuff like that. So, you know,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna step it up. But, you know, like I said, it's a blessing because, you know, people, you know, I did build a fan base just off of, you know, people just connecting with my music. You know, it's nothing to really look at. You know, you just sit and vibe, have your drink, have your blunt, have you do your thing, and you just taking, you know, taking the experience. So, you know, I'm really, really grateful that, you know, I was even able to do this with no music videos and people could, you know, kind of get to know me without necessarily, you know what I look like or, you know what I look like with my shirt off. You know, I kind of like
Yeah.
built that, built that, that genuine connection with my fan base. So, you know, we really stepping it up with the videos. I've been working on a lot of collabs and new music. So y'all really finna see a lot of cool visuals. I'm really, really excited to share that with y'all.
They tap in, people. You gotta tap in. You know, it's always greatness. It's like it's to me. It's always anytime I've been around music all my life. You know, so
Yes.
you know, probably just like you, and it's always a breath of fresh air whenever you meet somebody like you and you get to hear your sound and somebody that's humble and just out there wanting to work. You know, and
Yeah.
man,
Yeah. I just wanna, yeah, you got it. That's
yeah,
exactly it.
that's want to work. That's want to get it in, man. Shout out to you, man. That's huge, man. That's
Thank
why
you. I appreciate it.
I think you're gonna go far with that. I think they hit the
Oh,
target with the
I'll
male
see,
R
bro.
and
Thank
B of the
you.
year, man. They
Thank
they hit you with that, man. Real good. So
you.
a
Yeah.
question I like to ask, and I just want to, just spin this back before I let you go, because
No,
time
no
is a
problem.
thing, and I'm glad you was able to spin the block and give us some time. You know
No,
what
absolutely. I'm glad to be here.
what advice would you give your younger self right now?
Oh, and you know, I feel like I get this question a lot. So glory to God. Um, you know what? Don't be afraid. Like forget these people. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I would say, like, you know, focus on yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that you're a team player, but the way you put in being a team player, you know, if you could put that same drive into yourself, like, you know, the things you'll see, the things that you'll, you know, experience, and the things that you can really, really accomplish, you know, just, you know, don't be afraid. Like, you know, these people are watching you, and you know what? Do your biggest one with their attention.
That's good advice right there.
Yes,
That's
yes, yes,
real
yes,
sound
yes.
advice. Now something else. If you was stranded on a desert island, okay, and you had to have 3 albums that you would be stranded with, what would those 3 albums be? What would you be listening to?
Okay. Um, Jay Z. Um, was there the Blueprint Volume 2?
Okay.
Um, I could do the Lucky Day album, Painted,
Mm,
and Mary J. Blige, My Life.
okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, that's
I could do that one.
that'll keep you occupied for a while, right? You can
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can spin
yeah.
off of that. That
Those some
that
good ones. Yeah,
that's what's up. That's what's up, man. And that's big. And again, that tends to tap into your musical knowledge and background, going from the
absolutely.
the R and B into the hip hop,
Yeah,
into the
I'm
J.
very prevalent in hip hop spaces, but you know, R&B is love. So you know, I'm been blessed to be able to collab with people who can make that sound really work with what I'm coming with. You know,
Mhm. Is there anybody out there that you would really, really love to work with right now? If you had the opportunity, who would that be?
like in the Chicago bases or just like period.
Generally, period. Anybody in the music game today, who would you want to work with if you had the opportunity?
I would definitely. Well, oh, that's a good one. Dang. Oh, that's tough.
Hmm.
I would,
It is.
you know what? You know what? I would love to do like a Kim record and like really, really kill a nice little R&B vibe. I
Oh
love that.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Kim.
I could really, really like conform to that space he in. I would love to do a Kim record. I mean, I know
Mm,
that's kind of far fetched, but I mean, I think that brother's really talented.
mm,
I really like. the things he does with his voice. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He ain't really trying to sound like good or bad. He just giving you himself. I just really love like the authenticity in his voice. I would love to do a Kim record.
You talking about Kim, the
R&B singer.
R&B singer? Okay, okay.
Yes.
Because he borderlines jazz too, right? Is that
You know
the Kim?
what?
Is that the Kim?
Yeah, it's it is giving like real jazz, but you know what? I really like his music, and I like the way he
Yeah.
presented. I
Put
like
it
the
together.
way he got good words. I don't know, like I said, you know, I'm really eclectic when it comes to like my sound. I would love
Yeah.
a Kim record.
Okay.
If he don't mind stepping out his comfort zone, I wouldn't mind stepping out of mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
big.
I think
you know?
I really think he's talented. I do.
Yeah, that's big, you know, and that's different, you know. So
Mm.
that would be a unique sound and a unique opportunity to make that
Yeah,
happen. That's real
yeah.
big. That is real big, man.
I grew up on a lot of jazz too. My mama used to bump 95.5 like nobody's business. So that was a
Wow.
heavy jazz, heavy jazz station. So, you know, my mom used to clean, yeah, we used to rock with 95.5.
Yeah,
WNUA. Yeah.
WNUA. You can't lose with jazz. You know, a couple about a month ago, maybe a month and a half, I had Mr. Trombone, Jeff Bradshaw, on the show. I was doing a thing, and you know he's down with the roots. I think
Yeah.
we talk about the same Kim. He was on a label. He's a label mate with Kim on the same label. If we talk about the same Kim, yeah,
Right.
he was a
That's
label
dope.
mate, and he does a lot of the same things. You know, some of the people, and I like that transition because he does hip hop. He can do jazz. He can do pop. He can get in and do whatever, and that's the
Cause quite
mind.
honestly, yeah, cause hip hop use a lot of jazz. Like if you really, really listen deep, you know, they do
Yep.
a lot of, fusion of a lot of music. You know what I'm saying? You
Tribe
see rap
Called
is
Quest.
going into the pop method,
Yeah.
and making that hip hop. So I mean, hip hop is universal. So you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I think that's something that work with anything, just like being black.
Yeah. We tap into it all, you know, because we in any genre of music, you know, it's basically we're the foundation of it, you know.
Yes, yes. I
So
like that. I like that.
and
Yeah,
that's how it works, you know, from pop to rock to and whatever it is, we're the foundation of it, you know. So
absolutely.
and we just keep it going, you know. We got the neo
You got
soul
that.
movements, we got the hip hop and R&B, we got the soul fusion, we got it all going there.
Yeah,
We got it all.
absolutely.
Anybody in Chicago that you would like to work with right now?
Um, You know what? Noah Hayes. That's my boy. He's another nominee on the ballot. Shout out to Noah Hayes.
Okay.
Him and Lucky been out here doing their thing. You know, I'm really proud of the type of movement that they got going on. They making a lot of noise out here. Me and him went to high school together. We sang in choir together. So
Oh
that goes
yeah,
way back.
yeah,
Yeah. So I'm really proud of them. And I think a record between me and Noah Hayes and Lucky is slap. So definitely.
yeah. Y'all to make that happen, man. Y'all in the nomination, man. Again, you know, March 10th. This coming March 10th,
Yes,
the
yes, yes. Make sure
312
y'all in
Music
that thing
Awards.
because it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. I'm telling you, it's gonna
Yeah.
be lit.
Are y'all doing performances at the show too, or
They
just
got a few performances. I won't be performing at all, but
okay?
definitely gonna probably have some performances. I'm not really sure who's gonna be there. They having the People's Choice concert where people are performing and getting picked. They having different
Yeah,
events. The 312 showcase where they picking performers and things like that. So I'm definitely excited to see the Chicago acts because it's a lot of good talent that a lot of the world haven't seen coming out of Chicago. So I think this gonna be the year for a lot of us.
that's big. That's big. Antonio Khari, man, in the place to be. Black Kingdom
Yes,
Entertainment. Check
you
it
got
out.
it.
Don't miss on that, you know. You know, thanks for coming through, bro. Because I know
No,
your
I appreciate it.
time is very, very, very valuable, and
Yeah,
I just
headed to
thank you for
class
coming through.
afterwards.
Yeah, see, and I like to get you to spin the block one time, you know, and check out. We got IHIPHOPTV and everything else to come through and
Absolutely.
bless us, and you know, that's let it know what happened. Give us a
Yeah,
little
absolutely.
bit, of your sounds carrying it over there, man. So
I
definitely.
appreciate y'all. I'm excited. I'm excited to get this thing going.
Yeah, thanks for stopping through, bruh. Congratulations. Big shout out on a nomination. Male R&B of the Year Award. Annual 312 Music Award.
Make sure y'all go vote.
Go vote. Go vote.
Go vote.
Very important.
Go
And
vote.
check him out. Hit up his music. Hit up his site. Definitely get into it. You'll love it. It's great music.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For sure.
You got you.
All right. This is Address the Culture. I'm your man, P. Stock, with Antonio Khari, making it happen. Peace, y'all.
Addressing the culture. I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture. I'm addressing the